Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to talk about this. In a couple of the group calls this week, we got on the topic of belief. So I guess today's topic is going to be how to create unshakable belief. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't like these shorter days. It gets dark too soon. Sometimes I don't get a chance to get out there and shoot. So indoors it is. We'll still take a couple of nice relaxing breaths. Breathe in the quiet. Exhale the noise. Breathe in the belief. Exhale the doubt. Breathe in the strength. Exhale the weakness. So, how to create unshakable belief. So, I know a lot of people in this mind-body community, certainly among the comments on the Facebook groups and everything. People are encouraging others, you got to believe 100%, you got to believe 100%, you got to believe 100%. So, is there 100%? I'm going to say very rarely. I think I'm at 100%, but I got a lot of years on this, and I've got a lot of years pain-free. So that has a tendency to create that unshakable belief. And did I have it throughout my 13 years? Varying degrees, but definitely not 100%. Even towards the end, was I 100%? I'd say definitely not. I don't know if I can put a number on it. I mean, probably in the 90s somewhere. I don't even know. I'd be guessing if I came up with a number. But here's how belief works. Belief is formed with a decision. Anything we believe stemmed from us making a decision to believe that thing. Because I don't think belief just kind of floats out of the universe and lands on us. Here's what you believe, Dan. What? Because we have to do some knowledge acquisition, some due diligence, some research, some understanding before we go, you know what? That really makes sense. I believe that to be what's going on. So, for example, perceived danger pain or perceived danger symptoms, both of which could be called a perceived danger response. So you can learn, acquire that knowledge, do your research, maybe do the assessments to see if this stuff applies to you, and then guess what you can do with that information? Make a decision. You either go, that's hogwash. BS, I don't buy it. I'm really broken. That is a decision which forms your belief that says, I don't believe this stuff is real, or I don't believe that this stuff is pertaining to me, or even if it is, I don't believe I can get better because I'm some special kind of broken. Right? But it all comes from a decision that's made after you acquire some knowledge, right? So what I'm going to encourage you to do is look at the decision as the starting point to create this unshakable belief. So look, do your homework, learn, read a couple TMS books, watch a bunch of my videos. I've got dansfaststart.com, which is a series of about 10 or 12 videos that really gets in deep as to what is going on, how this human system works. And so it's really important for you to gain that knowledge so once you've gained it, you can make a decision as to what you believe. That's how things work, whatever we believe. Do you believe you can start a business and run a successful one? Well, you're not just going to have that float through the air and hit you. You're probably going to need to do a little bit of research as to, what's involved in starting a business. Let me research some of the businesses in the area that I'm interested in. Let me see who's running them. And am I capable to do that like they are? And once you've gathered that information, you should be able to, based on the information acquired, make a decision that says, I believe I can do that. That's how beliefs are formed. That is how beliefs are formed. So, if you want unshakable belief, you've got to make sure you do your knowledge acquisition up front and understand it and do the assessments and make a decision to accept that if it says TMS or perceived danger pain, that's what it is. Because you can also make an opposite decision that goes, yeah, that's what it says, but I don't believe it. I'm making a decision to say those assessments don't matter because I have pain that feels so real, Dan. Yeah, it all does. That's because all pain is real. So, if you've gained knowledge as to how the system works and you've done the assessments and it says your pain and symptoms are behaving like the brain is creating them, TMS, perceived danger, pain, or symptoms, I'm going to really encourage you to make a decision that goes, that's it. I've decided. That's what's going on. That's got to be your starting point. The next decision you want to make is, do I accept that there's a cure out there? Yes, tons of people are getting better. You've seen the success stories. But the last decision is, I have what it takes. This is where the unshakable belief comes in. And what I'm going to really encourage you to do is not look for reasons that you can't do this. I'm too nervous. I'm too scared. I think about my symptoms too much. Every time that I notice them, I freak out. I can't stop that. I can't. Make a decision to notice when you're doing that and make a decision to say, hard stop, we are not going to do that anymore. Because if I've got this unshakable belief that says, this is what causes symptoms, and that absolutely is what's going on with me, why would you sell yourself short and saying, well, but I can't implement this stuff. I can't make it work for me because I think so lowly of myself that I am too unable to direct my thoughts, make a decision, stick to it. And I get it. This stuff can be difficult to implement. I understand that. It was tough for me. It took me 13 years trying to figure out it all on my own. But I'm giving you the cheat sheet. You now know what are the things you want to do to get well. Make a decision that you can follow simple, proven instructions and get the same results that other people did. Well, I'm different from them. I've got different symptoms, or maybe they weren't as anxious as me. If you're going to look for reasons that this won't work, you'll find them. I hate to say that. So I'm going to really encourage you to make a what? A decision that says, I'm going to stop looking for reasons this will fail. I'm going to decide to start looking for reasons that I can do this. Because I already have the rock solid belief that this is what's going on. So the only other thing you got to do is make a decision that says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to figure it out. Will it be hard? Absolutely. But you know what else is hard? Staying where you are, in your symptoms, in your fear. That's also hard. So you get a choice. Pick something that's hard, which is staying where you are, staying in the fear, staying in the indecision, staying in the disbelief, or make a decision to do something that's also hard, but leads you out of this mess. And when the way this brain works is, I was talking about it today in the group coaching call, the brain works with this system called the reticular activating system. And how that system works is the brain will constantly seek out evidence that the things you believe, in other words, the things you've decided on, are actually true. That's how the brain works. If you've decided that I love, red Corvettes, your brain's going to be on the lookout for red Corvettes, more so than if you didn't have that belief or like that car that much. It can be as trivial as what kind of car and color do you like, all the way through to something so life-changing as deciding that you know what's causing the symptoms, it applies to you, and that you have everything it takes to implement these proven principles, and that you will get better. So unshakable belief is a commitment you make to yourself based on a decision that goes, I know what's going on, and darn it, I'm committed to this, and I've decided I have what it takes. Now, let's look at the two words, decision and belief. Which one sounds stronger? I've decided I can get well, or I believe I can get well. Which one sounds more concrete? To me, I've decided I can get well sounds much more definite than, well, I believe I can get well, right? And I know I'm exaggerating my voice and tonality here, but even if you saw it written down, I've decided I can get well by using these proven principles versus I believe I can get well by using these proven principles. The decision is stronger to me. And the cool part is once you make that decision and you stick with that decision, your brain's going to start looking for evidence that your decision is correct and accurate. So it's a really fascinating process. The brain is incredible. It's a goal-achieving system. Set the goal that says, I've decided that I have unshakable belief, that I am going to get this done, no matter what it takes. It's going to be tough. There's going to be bumps and bruises and skidding sideways, and sometimes, having days that really, really suck. But when you've got that rock-solid belief and decision that says, I know what it is, absolutely applies to me. There's a proven system. Other people have done it, so I'm going to do it too. I've decided that I'm capable. That's going to build your unshakable belief. And with that unshakable belief, things start happening. As long as you're walking around wishy-washy, going, well, I don't know. Today was a tough day, so I don't know if this stuff's going to work for me. That's not unshakable belief. And that's certainly not a decision that says, I'm capable and I can do this. And I'm going to do it. And just watch me, right? Hey, brain, I'm absolutely certain about this. We're going on a ride here. We're going to start teaching you that we're actually okay. I'm certain that I'm okay. I have that unshakable belief that we're okay because I've decided that I'm okay, because I've done my homework, I've done the assessments, I've decided to accept those assessments, and I know with certainty that I'm on the right path and that I'm capable of it. So these are all the 4 foundational principles that I teach all the time. But I want you to understand how you can utilize those principles to develop or create a decision or make a decision which will create that unshakable belief for you, which truthfully makes everything else easier. Not easy, but easier. So are you ready to make the decision? Are you ready to make that decision? I hope you're commenting yes below. Yes, Dan, I'm ready. Yes, Dan, I'm capable of this. Yes, Dan, I'm going to do this. Because when you have that rock-solid decision and belief, unshakable, you know what happens to your fear? It starts to fizzle out. So this stuff is really important, folks. I appreciate you. I know you can do this. I know you're going to get well. And I believe in you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. And what's funny is somebody told me yesterday, or this morning actually, that me telling somebody that they're not, there's nothing wrong with them, somebody else commented that I was gaslighting that person. And I was like, are you kidding me? Gaslighting? Really? Am I truly denying their experience? No. I am certainly not. I recognize just as well as any of you how difficult, troubling, painful, reality-altering, these symptoms can be. Last thing I'd want to do is gaslight anybody here. So, I love you all. I'm here to help. I do all this stuff without asking you for anything. All I do is offer periodically, not too often, that if you want more help, there's a wonderful community of people working together to implement this stuff. It's the Pain Free You group coaching. Go to painfreeyou.com/join and come on aboard. You're going to love it. You're going to love the support there. You're going to love the reinforcement of these ideas, and that will help you develop an unshakable belief that you can do this and you will do this, and you've got all sorts of help surrounding you. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I love you. I support you. I believe in you. I I know you can do this. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.